Welcome back to the Football Happy Hour here on CBS Sports HQ. Jeremy St. Louis alongside Brady Quinn and Danny Kanell. We're going to talk some Monday Night Football as we get the 6-6 Patriots at the 4-8 Cardinals. And the Cardinals have not been great so far this season, particularly at home. Both teams, though, come in with 2-game losing streaks. Brady, what's been the biggest issue for each of these teams?
Well, for me, it's been the Pats' offense. And I think you've seen some of the struggles that have played out between Matt Patricia, their offensive coordinator, and Mac Jones, their quarterback. You've seen some of that frustration on the sidelines between these two, and for good reason. I think Mac Jones has to be saying, hey, man, you got my career in your hands, and you've got a guy who's never called offensive plays before, calling plays this season. And, oh, by the way, he's going to be back in 2023. Bill Belichick has said as much. And it's a problem in part, not because Matt Patricia can't do it, but he doesn't have enough experience doing it. And when you watch this offense, game in and game out, drive by drive, there's no foundation. You know, it doesn't feel like he's building off of different concepts within their offense to make adjustments or to then find some other plays later on in the game where they can hit big. I mean, I don't think they run enough play action pass for as much as they want to run the football. It just feels like they don't really have an identity and not anything to rely on. And you can see why Mac Jones is frustrated. So that's the Patriots. And look, I think for Cliff Kingsbury and the Arizona Cardinals, and you're looking at their way their schedule is worked out, I didn't have high aspirations for them coming into the season not having DeAndre Hopkins. He misses the first 6 games. He's your best player. Given their schedule, I thought they'd be 3-3 at best, maybe 2-4. Clearly, they missed Chandler Jones. Their defense has really struggled getting any sort of pass rush, and teams are carving them up throwing the football. When you combine those two things, the fact that even Kyler Murray's missed some time, Zach Ertz is out for the season, the offensive line's been banged up. I mean, they've had a mixture of kind of everything as far as worst case scenario when you just sign your general manager, head coach, and quarterback auto extension. So it looks bleak now. I would keep staying the course at least for another year. I know that may not be the case, but that's how I see it, Danny.
Yeah, the Cardinals have just been a dumpster fire across the board. I mean, Kyler Murray's struggles are documented. Cliff Kingsbury, you know, he's starting to come out like, hey, look at the way he starts versus the way he's finished. So it kind of speaks for itself. With the Patriots, I'll just tag on one more thing as far as the offense being a disaster. I also think, and I totally agree with you. Matt Patricia, I mean, play calling is an art form where you have to be thinking a couple moves ahead and you're trying to set up plays and you're calling plays for a reason. It's not like Madden where you can just, you can teach them the plays and just go call them. Matt Patricia clearly doesn't have that feel, but I also think it's about the roster where Bill Belichick has to take some ownership of the lack of weapons around Mac Jones. When you're rolling out there, Devontae Parker, Nelson Aguilar, Jacoby Myers, none of those guys really strike fear in any defense that you go against. And adding to that, the amount of tight ends that they've wasted picks on, I think some of the blame falls at Bill Belichick's feet there. So not only for his GM decision-making, but also for him handing the reins of that offense to Matt Patricia. I think it's been a colossal failure for the Patriots.
Maybe Patricia needs to play more Madden. Maybe that's what the answer is. Get the game flow.
Yeah.
All right, anytime touchdown scorer in this game, Danny, who do you have for us? Let's get into some picks.
So one of the things I do think about Kyler Murray is he figures out a way to make it play. Bill Belichick is going to have a plan for him in the pass game, but when things break down, that's where he's most dangerous. Kyler Murray is going to score at some point tonight, probably off a scramble where he runs around and actually ends up seeing the end zone. He does have that dynamic playmaking ability. I think Kyler Murray will get one too.
Quarterbacks running the football are like an Achilles heel for Bill Belichick defense. They obviously hate it. They like playing a lot of man-to-man coverage and finding different ways of doubling your first and second best receiver situationally, red zone, third down, those sorts of deals. So that really opens up then rushing lanes for Kyler Murray. And we know how good he is and how hard he is to stop when everyone drops back into coverage and then all of a sudden he finds a lane. And then it's like, you know, trying to catch a mouse almost when he's running around the field. It's so difficult to bring down or even get a hand on. So I'm with Danny here. I think, you know, there's going to be some moments where you're going to see Kyler Murray scrambling or at least running the football into the end zone tonight at plus 192. You get a little more value than some of the other options here.
All right, there's a lot of synergy between you two here. So let's go with a Patriot prop, Brady. Who do you have?
Let's see. What a Patriot prop. Oh, Jonnu Smith. And this is not a big one. It's just over receiving yards.
Okay.
It's only at 12.5. Now, he's been over this number, I think, 5 times so far this season. His average is a couple catches a game, which if he hits his average per catch, he should be over this number. We've talked about before, too, the Arizona Cardinals, some of their issues defensively, not getting a pass rush, but also struggling in coverage. I think if they get Jonnu Smith involved, a couple catches, he hits over that 12.5 mark relatively easy as far as receiving yards.
I just got to go back and say that when Brady said that Kyler Murray's kind of like a mouse you're trying to catch, all I could think of was Tom and Jerry, and now he could never catch Jerry. And it does, like the way the mouse runs, it does look like Kyler Murray when he's out there. All right,
little fast legs.
I know he does. All right, I'm going to go with for my Patriots prop, I'm going to go with Mac Jones. We saw the last time out there Thursday night, his dissension, him chewing out the offensive staff. If Matt Patricia's smart, I think he will address and say, all right, maybe he's right about the run game is not very good and that this isn't working. So they're going to lay, all right, Mac Jones, you want a chance? We're going to give you that opportunity. And against this Arizona Cardinals defense, I think they'll be able to have some success through the air. So I'll say Mac Jones over 1.5 touchdowns. Plus you get some plus money at it. I like the odds there.
He just wants to bomb it. He just wants to bomb it down the field. So
exactly.
let
Take
Mac Jones, yeah, let Matt cook. Can we say that? Mac cook? No? Something like that? Mac and cheese? I don't know, something like that. Okay, Danny, give us a best Cardinals player prop, please.
So again, I'm going with the mouse that's hard to catch. I think Bill Belichick is going to have a plan that's going to confuse Kyler Murray. I faced Bill Belichick several times. He's going to bring some blitzes. He'll bring you looks that you haven't seen. And me, as somebody who was stuck in the pocket, that presented a lot of problems. But for Kyler Murray, when things break down, what does he rely on? He gets out of the pocket, hurts you with his legs. I think he'll have some success tonight. So I'm going to say over 36.5 yards rushing.
I'm right there with you. I'm saying over on 36.5 yards rushing as well for Kyler Murray. I just think because of how dangerous he can be with quarterback design runs, not that they run a ton, but there are some zone reads involved, but in particular the passing game. And even when they leave a spy, a lot of times it just does not work out because they have a hard time making that tackle in open field. He's actually gone over this number rushing as well, 5 of their last 6 games, and his season average is already over this number. So I do think he hits that over tonight.
All right, let's talk about a line play. Patriots 2.5-point favorites. The total has jumped to 44. Who ends their losing streak and who sees it continue?
To me, it's the Cardinals at home. I just think that matchup of Kyler Murray running around making some plays is going to be a little bit more dynamic than what we've seen from the Patriots offense. So this is, of course, assuming the Cardinals can stop the rushing attack of the New England Patriots. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 2.5 points here in the home dog. I do think this is a lower scoring game.
I'm with you on the under, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Patriots. I think you're looking at a team a little more desperation right now. Feels like there's some hope in them at 6-6 for the Patriots coming off. I just got to believe in the coaching job that Bill Belichick is going to do as its entirety over Cliff Kingsbury and this Cardinals, which looks like they're a complete mess. So I'll go with Bill Belichick and I'll go with Mac Jones getting the pass game back on track. Still think it'll be a lower scoring affair, but I'll take the Patriots and lay the 2.5.
Danny Kanell, Brady Quinn with their winning picks for Monday Night Football between the Patriots and the Cardinals in Arizona. By the way, since week 8 of 2021, Cardinals 1-11 at home. Brady says they break that tonight. Thank you very much, gentlemen. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but the playoff picture is starting to come into focus. We're going to talk about some of the drama ahead for week 15 next here on the Football Happy Hour.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.